I got my first request today to check this series called Even If You Don't Love Me. And I was disappointed that there is no English version to purchase Pando's work. But Pando works can be purchased in its original Korean version at Ready Books, and it's already until chapter 12. And sadly, I don't understand Korean, so I have no idea what's going on in those chapters. But when I read them, my God, the chapters are good, but I wish there's an official English translation so I can purchase them. And one of the reasons why I was introduced to this series is the requester, after reading my friend's message in Instagram, we were all discussing about this series, and all I can say was, pack it up, SEUNGHO and NAKYUM. The sexual tension on this series is freaking high. Before we get started, I just want to remind our viewers that if you like seeing more yaoi content and would like to support this channel, please don't forget to smash that like button. Also, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. Feel free to message me in Twitter or Instagram as ZEALED FUJOSHI, which I'll be using to interact with viewers about more yaoi content. If that's something that interests you, feel free to follow me at ZEALED FUJOSHI. Finally, this video will contain explicit content and a lot of spoilers. With that in mind, please proceed with caution. You have been warned. Now, without further ado, let's jump into chapter 1 to chapter 8 of my newest obsession, Even If You Don't Love Me. My initial thought on this series was, I really thought this was Byunduk's work. If you don't know who Byunduk is, she's the mangaka or the author of the famous manwha Painter of the Night, which is very popular in this channel. The work style and the characters, it fooled me, and I really thought this was Byunduk's work. And my God, when I looked at the credits, it was a different author. So the author of this series is named Pando. And after doing a little bit of research, sadly, this series cannot be found in Lezen. It is exclusive, I think, in Ready Books. Pando already expressed it in Pando's official Twitter handle. So I don't know if it's a he or a she, but I'm just gonna refer to the author's name, which is Pando, said that there is no official English translation for this series. It's only in its original Korean version. So what I did was I purchased the whole thing until chapter 12 and just looked at all of the photos, and my God, like the vibe of this series reminds me so much of Painter of the Night. And when I was reading the official summary information about this series, I found out that the main character is Seung-yeon and Ji Wook. Seung-yeon is a son of a super rich Korean family, aka very similar to SEUNGHO of Painter of the Night. And Ji Wook is a poor student attending a prestigious high school for the rich and famous. Now let's segue to Hana Yoridango, because Ji Wook's reason for attending this school is to escape poverty so that he can graduate from this very good high school and get into a very good university. So it's also very similar to Painter of the Night, where one of the main themes of the series is a rich guy falling in love with a poor or less fortunate or an average fella. And it looks like the way it's going through is this is gonna be a big issue for the two of them, because on the first chapter alone, it seems like even when they were older, it was still an issue. So I'm guessing that's a heavy theme in this series. So SEUNGHO, if you're listening, please come get your brother. He's in sicko mode right now. I really can't believe that these are two different authors. I'm really getting the same vibes of Painter of the Night when I was reading or looking at the chapters of this series. Literally, NAKYUM, come get your bro too. Seriously, even the uke and the seme is very similar to Painter of the Night. Anyway, and after looking at all the chapters, I'm not gonna go further than chapter 8 because I don't really understand Korean. I'm just looking through the pictures, and I have no idea what's going on. But after reading some of the discussions going on, I think that and even I can feel this just from looking at the chapters. It seems that Seung Eon got hit by the love trap pretty hard, and it similar to SEUNGHO, he doesn't know how to express this feeling that I don't even think he knows that he's in love with Ji Wook. And sadly, since he doesn't know how to express it, it comes off a little bit psychotic, similar to how SEUNGHO is very bipolar when it comes to his feelings for NAKYUM. The only difference that's making me invested in this series is it's set on modern times. It's not like the historical version of Painter of the Night. They are high school students in the 21st century. So they're basically Yoo Seung-ho and NAKYUM from the future. Basically. And my people who's hoping to see SEUNGHO with his hair down, you're not gonna see it in this series because the guy basically has short hair, but he's still sexy as hell. But man, Seung Eon moves fast in this series. He falls in love and then he's so handsy with Ji Wook. But I'm hoping that Seung Eon softens up more in the later chapters, because it seems like they can go far with their relationship once Ji Wook is more comfortable around him. But all this harassment is not making it easy for them to become at least friends for now, you know. And another thing I want to point out there is, why is most of the boys love guys ridiculously good looking in this Korean manhwa? They all have good looking faces with perfect lean body. They're too perfect. It's the ultimate fantasy for most people. my god, if I see a guy like that in reality, I would stalk the shit out of him and drool to death. Like, seriously. That's what I would do. But man, one of the things I love about SEUNGHO, and also the same reason why I'm loving Sungyeon right now, is his gaze. It's so naturally fierce that makes them look angry all the time. But man, so freaking good looking. I love the art style of this series, and I'm very interested in seeing what's gonna happen next. They both look like NAKYUM and SEUNGHO, and I'll probably keep referring about Painter of the Night whenever I'm talking about this series. SEUNGHO and Sungyeon has the same sadistic look, the same sadistic attitude, but geez, the only difference in this series is there's two psychos in this series, because Sungyeon is not the only psycho in this series. There's a blonde, and I forgot his name, but he has the makings of a murderer. I swear to God, he's batshit crazy. But man, if this series is gonna be very similar to Painter of the Night, we are gonna be in for a long ride. We are only in chapter 8. The Korean version is goes all the way to chapter 12, and I'm very excited. I don't mind the long ride, but if anyone is willing to spoil me on what is going on up until chapter 12, please send me a DM in my Instagram. I would love to be spoiled. I don't mind being spoiled. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to follow my social media to be teased about some of the boys' love that I'm interested in. Feel free to leave a message and converse with me. I'd love to hear back from you. Also, don't forget to support the author. All the manhwa details can be found in the description below. If you support this author, maybe he would make an English translation of this series. I'm pretty sure if you guys let him know or her know in Twitter that there's a lot of fans, English speaking, reading fans that's interested in the series, maybe Pando would be willing to oblige the Westerners of this request. Again, thank you so much, and hope to see you next time.